Hey there! Breaking news that's going to make your day, Social Security recipients. Listen up because this is huge. Double deposits totaling $5,000 are hitting bank accounts starting tomorrow, and you might be eligible for both the $1,400 and $3,600 boost. But here's the burning question: will you be one of the millions of Americans receiving this life-changing amount? Stay tuned, because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about these massive payments. Before we dive into all the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on important updates like this one. Also, smash that like button if you want to see more content about Social Security benefits and financial news that matters to you. Now, I know what you're thinking: is this too good to be true? Well, let me tell you, this is absolutely real, and it's happening right now. The federal government has just approved these substantial payments as part of their ongoing effort to support Americans during these challenging economic times. But who exactly qualifies? How do you check if you're eligible? And most importantly, what do you need to do to ensure you receive these payments? Let's start with the $1,400 payment. This boost is specifically targeted at Social Security recipients who have been affected by the recent economic challenges. The qualification criteria are straightforward, but there are some important details you need to know. First and foremost, you must be a current Social Security beneficiary. This includes those receiving retirement benefits, disability benefits, SSDI, or supplemental security income, SSI. But here's something crucial that many people don't realize: your income plays a significant role in determining your eligibility. For individual filers, your adjusted gross income must not exceed $75,000 per year. For heads of household, that threshold increases to $112,500, and for married couples filing jointly, it goes up to $150,000. These income limits are strict, and even being slightly over could affect your eligibility. Now, let's talk about the exciting $3,600 boost. This additional payment is part of a separate initiative, and yes, you can potentially qualify for both. The $3,600 boost is primarily focused on families and individuals who meet specific criteria. One of the most important factors is having qualifying dependents. But don't click away if you don't have dependents. There are other ways you might qualify for this substantial payment. Here's something that might surprise you: many Social Security recipients don't realize that they might be eligible for both payments simultaneously. The government has designed these programs to work together, understanding that many Americans need multiple forms of support during these times. But here's the catch: you need to take specific actions to ensure you receive both payments. Let me address a question that's probably on your mind right now: how do I check if I'm eligible? The process is simpler than you might think. First, visit the official Social Security Administration website. I'll put the link in the description below. Look for the My Social Security portal. This is where all the magic happens. If you don't already have an account, you'll need to create one. Don't worry, I'll guide you through that process in just a moment. But before we get to that, let's talk about timing. These payments are scheduled to start hitting bank accounts tomorrow, but don't panic if you don't see the money right away. The distribution process typically takes several days to complete, and recipients will receive their payments in waves. The important thing is to make sure you're set up correctly to receive these funds. Now, let's walk through the step-by-step process of checking your eligibility and ensuring your information is up to date. First, log into your My Social Security account. If you don't have one, you'll need to provide some basic information: your Social Security number, a valid email address, and a U.S. mailing address. The system will ask you some questions to verify your identity. This is a crucial security measure to protect your information. Once you're logged in, you'll want to verify that your contact information and payment details are current. This is absolutely crucial. I can't stress this enough. Many people miss out on payments simply because their direct deposit information is outdated or their mailing address has changed. Take a moment to double-check everything, even if you think it's all correct. Here's something important that often gets overlooked: if you've moved or changed banks in the past year, you need to update this information immediately. The Social Security Administration won't be able to send your payment if they have outdated information, and while they do eventually track down recipients with incorrect information, this can delay your payment by weeks or even months. Let's talk about the payment method. Direct deposit is by far the fastest way to receive these funds. If you're still receiving paper checks, I strongly recommend switching to direct deposit. Not only is it more secure, but you'll typically receive your payments several days earlier than those waiting for checks in the mail. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about taxes. Will these payments be taxable? The short answer is no, these specific boosts are not considered taxable income by the IRS. However, it's always a good idea to keep records of any payments you receive, just in case you need to reference them later. Here's another crucial point that many people miss: if you receive other forms of government assistance, these payments will not affect your eligibility for those programs. This includes food stamps, housing assistance, Medicaid, and other federal or state benefits. These boosts are considered special payments and won't count against your resource limits for those programs. Let's address another common concern. What if you're a representative payee for someone who receives Social Security benefits? The process is slightly different. But don't worry, these recipients are still eligible for the payments. As a representative payee, you'll need to ensure that the funds are used in the beneficiary's best interest, as you do with their regular benefits. Now, here's something that might affect some of you. If you owe certain types of debt, these payments are generally protected. This means that banks and creditors cannot seize these funds to pay off outstanding debts. However, there are some exceptions, particularly for federal debts and child support obligations. If you're concerned about this, it's worth consulting with a financial advisor or legal professional. Let's talk about what to do if tomorrow comes and goes and you haven't received your payment. First, don't panic. As I mentioned earlier, the payments are being distributed in waves. However, if several days pass and you still haven't received anything, there are steps you can take. The Social Security Administration has set up a special hotline for payment inquiries. I'll include the number in the description below. Here's a pro tip that could save you hours of waiting on hold. The best time to call is early in the morning, right when the office opens, or late in the afternoon, about an hour before closing. The wait times are typically shorter during these periods. I want to address something that's causing some confusion. Some people are receiving notifications about these payments through email or text. Be very careful here. Scammers are already trying to take advantage of this situation. The Social Security Administration will never ask you to provide personal information through email or text. If you receive any suspicious communications, report them immediately. Let's talk about planning for these payments. While it's exciting to receive such substantial amounts, it's important to think about how to best use these funds. Consider creating a priority list. Perhaps you have outstanding bills, medical expenses, or necessary home repairs. Maybe you want to set aside some for emergency savings. Whatever your situation, having a plan before the money arrives can help you make the most of it. Here's something practical to consider. If you're receiving both payments, they might not arrive at the same time. The $1,400 and $3,600 boosts are being distributed through different systems, so don't be concerned if you receive one before the other. The important thing is to keep track of what you've received and when. Now, let's discuss what to do if you believe you're eligible but haven't received any notification about these payments. The first step is to verify your eligibility through your My Social Security account. If you're certain you qualify but haven't heard anything, you may need to file an inquiry. Don't wait. The sooner you start this process, the better. Here's another important consideration. If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits but haven't filed a recent tax return, you might need to take additional steps to receive these payments. While the Social Security Administration has most of your information, some of these payments are being coordinated with the IRS, so having up-to-date tax information can be crucial. Let me share something that many people don't realize. These payments are part of a broader economic support package. This means there might be additional benefits you qualify for beyond these two boosts. Take some time to research other available programs. You might be pleasantly surprised by what you find. As we wrap up, let me remind you of the key points. These payments are real. They're starting tomorrow, and they could total up to $5,000 if you qualify for both. The most important things you can do right now are to verify your eligibility, ensure your information is up to date, and have a plan for when the money arrives. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates on Social Security benefits, financial news, and tips to make the most of your money. Drop a comment below if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Remember, staying informed is the key to maximizing your benefits. Keep checking your accounts, watch out for scams, and don't hesitate to reach out to the Social Security Administration if you have questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more important updates. Click here to watch my video about other benefits you might be eligible for. And don't forget to check out our playlist on maximizing your Social Security benefits.